Well, Michael Jackson may have gone nearly 2 months without REM sleep, the deep stage of sleep our bodies need to function and survive. One Harvard doctor reportedly said no human had ever done anything like it, calling it almost unbelievable. Michael Jackson went 60 days without real sleep, a headline that shocked the world. His battle with insomnia was a relentless, well-documented nightmare. But sleep deprivation was only part of the story. His health struggles didn't end there.
What you have done or are doing, are you bleaching your skin?
There's no such thing as skin bleaching situation. I have a skin disorder.
This video covers every major medical condition he faced. Prepare to be shocked.
I get tired of situations like this, where people completely...
This is the unseen physical story of the king of pop. Chronic insomnia. For years, Michael Jackson battled severe chronic insomnia that robbed him of the restorative sleep his body desperately needed. The relentless demands of recording, rehearsing, and performing combined with lingering pain from past injuries often left his mind racing long after the lights went out. Stories that Michael went 60 days without real sleep stem from the tragic reality of his final months. During that period, he reportedly received daily infusions of the anesthetic propofol, which sedated him but did not provide normal restorative sleep, including REM sleep. The result was a dangerous cycle of exhaustion and physical decline. Friends and collaborators recalled that Michael sometimes went days with little meaningful rest, especially while preparing for tours and major performances. He spoke openly about lying awake night after night, desperate for relief. Doctors tried different sleep treatments, but deep, natural sleep remained painfully out of reach. Before we continue, take a look at this haunting image that has left many viewers stunned. It appears to show a man resembling Michael Jackson looking exhausted and unusually vulnerable, as if weighed down by sleepless nights. Dark circles beneath his eyes and the absence of his usual stage makeup have led some people to speculate that the image captures a private struggle hidden from the public eye. However, the authenticity of the photo and the story surrounding it cannot be independently verified. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Vitiligo. In the mid-1980s, Michael Jackson was diagnosed with vitiligo, an autoimmune condition that causes the loss of skin pigment, resulting in lighter patches appearing across the body. The disorder ran in his family and gradually affected his face, hands, and other visible areas. For someone constantly in the spotlight, the condition was emotionally challenging. At first, Michael used makeup to blend the changing areas of his skin. But as the depigmentation spread, he made the medically supported decision to undergo depigmentation therapy to create a more even skin tone. During his famous 1993 interview, Michael spoke candidly about living with vitiligo. He explained that he had no control over the disorder and expressed sadness that some people believed he was trying to change his race. For him, it wasn't a choice or a publicity stunt. It was a medical condition he struggled to manage while living under the constant gaze of the world. Interview 324-329. His openness helped raise global awareness of the disease. Years later, Michael Jackson's autopsy confirmed extensive depigmentation consistent with vitiligo, putting to rest years of speculation about the changes in his appearance. Discoid lupus. Alongside vitiligo, Michael Jackson also lived with discoid lupus erythematosus, an autoimmune disease that causes inflamed, scaly patches on the skin, particularly on the face and scalp. Diagnosed in the early 1980s, the condition flared periodically and sometimes left behind scarring and thinning skin. For a performer whose face was constantly photographed and scrutinized, the illness was especially difficult. The lupus lesions often appeared on his cheeks and nose, and the resulting scar tissue could become sensitive to sunlight and even makeup. Despite these challenges, Michael managed the condition with medical treatment and was fortunate that it eventually entered remission. Even as he battled these invisible health problems, he continued to perform, record, and push himself to extraordinary heights, often hiding the physical toll behind a smile that captivated the world. Interview 421-425. However, the lasting changes to Michael Jackson's skin added another layer to the challenges he faced throughout his life. He rarely discussed lupus publicly, but those close to him understood the discomfort and self-consciousness it often caused. The condition required ongoing dermatological care and careful management for many years. Scalp burns. On January 27, 1984, while filming a Pepsi commercial at the Shrine Auditorium, a pyrotechnic malfunction ignited Michael Jackson's hair. The accident left him with severe second-degree burns and other injuries to his scalp. Remarkably, he continued performing for a few moments before crew members rushed in and extinguished the flames. The aftermath was painful and long-lasting. Michael underwent multiple medical procedures, including reconstructive treatments, as doctors worked to repair the damage. According to people close to him, the injury left him with chronic pain that would affect him for years. Even while enduring these physical struggles, he continued to rehearse, dance, and perform at the extraordinary level the world had come to expect. The accident became one of the most significant turning points in Michael Jackson's life, a moment when a few seconds on a film set changed his health forever, yet failed to diminish his determination to keep creating. Interview 515-519. Scalp burns. Michael Jackson openly acknowledged that the 1984 Pepsi accident changed his appearance and forced him to rely on hairpieces to cover scarred areas of his scalp. In a remarkable act of generosity, he donated his entire $1.5 million settlement to Brotman Medical Center, which later established the Michael Jackson Burn Center in his honor. He transformed a personal tragedy into a lasting gift for others. Nasal fracture. In 1979, during a dance rehearsal, Michael Jackson suffered a broken nose after a fall. The surgery to repair the injury reportedly left him with breathing difficulties, requiring additional procedures in the years that followed. Scar tissue and the physical demands of his career created ongoing challenges, and he underwent further revisions to improve his breathing and maintain the structure of his nose. Although rumors about cosmetic surgery often dominated headlines, Michael explained that many procedures were connected to medical issues and his ability to breathe properly, an essential part of singing and performing at the level he demanded of himself. Spinal injury. On June 27, 1999, during a charity concert in Munich, a mechanical bridge suspended above the stage malfunctioned and dropped several feet while Michael Jackson was standing on it. He crashed onto the stage floor, absorbing the impact with his back. Despite the pain, he finished part of the performance before collapsing backstage and being rushed to the hospital. Doctors later diagnosed spinal compression and soft tissue injuries. The accident became a source of chronic back pain that followed him for the rest of his life, serving as a harsh reminder of the physical dangers hidden behind his spectacular stage productions. Chronic pain. The combined effects of burns, surgeries, and injuries left Michael Jackson living with chronic pain for years. This wasn't occasional discomfort, it was a daily struggle that accompanied rehearsals, recordings, and sleepless nights. He sought legitimate medical treatments, including physical therapy and other pain management techniques. Yet, he rarely spoke publicly about his suffering. Colleagues recalled seeing him exhausted after rehearsals, pushing himself beyond normal limits because he believed his responsibility to fans came before his own comfort. Depigmentation therapy. As vitiligo spread across his body, Michael Jackson chose to undergo depigmentation therapy under medical supervision. The treatment permanently lightened the remaining pigmented areas of his skin, helping create a more uniform appearance and reducing the emotional burden caused by the condition. He explained in interviews that his goal was simple, to look like himself without relying on heavy makeup. The treatment was a response to a progressive autoimmune disorder, not a cosmetic whim, and it allowed him to reclaim some control over a condition he never chose. Cosmetic and scalp tattoos. The autopsy later revealed that Michael Jackson had permanent cosmetic tattoos around his eyebrows and eyelids. Because lupus and depigmentation affected his skin and hair growth, these tattoos helped maintain a natural appearance without requiring makeup before every performance. The examination also noted tattoos along the front of his scalp, designed to create the appearance of a natural hairline beneath his wigs. Far from being unusual, these procedures were practical solutions that helped conceal scars from the Pepsi accident and compensate for hair loss over time. Surgical scars. The coroner documented several well-healed scars around Michael's ears and nose, consistent with the reconstructive surgeries he underwent throughout his life. These marks told a story not of vanity, but of recovery, burns, fractures, and medical procedures performed over decades to help him continue performing. Gastroenteritis collapse. In December 1995, while preparing for the HBO special One Night Only, Michael Jackson collapsed and was rushed to the hospital. Doctors diagnosed acute viral gastroenteritis, a severe stomach infection that caused dehydration and dangerously low blood pressure. The special was canceled so he could recover. Even then, those close to him said his first concern was disappointing fans. The incident highlighted how relentlessly he pushed himself, often working through illnesses that would have sidelined most people. The white socks and loafers. Michael Jackson's famous combination of black loafers and white socks wasn't accidental. It was a clever visual trick. The contrast naturally drew attention to his feet, making every spin, moonwalk, and toe stand stand out more clearly on stage. Inspired partly by dancers like Fred Astaire, he adopted the look during the Off the Wall era and made it iconic during Thriller. Sometimes, the simplest ideas become the most unforgettable. Arcade addiction. Away from the spotlight, Michael Jackson loved arcade games. At Neverland Ranch, he collected dozens of classic machines, including Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Galaga, and Street Fighter II. Visitors often found him challenging friends to impromptu matches. The arcade wasn't just a hobby, it was an escape, a place where the world's biggest star could reconnect with the playful spirit that defined so much of his personality. Osteoarthritis and lung inflammation. The autopsy also revealed mild to moderate osteoarthritis in Michael Jackson's fingers, toes, and lower spine. After decades of dancing, spinning, and rehearsing, the wear and tear on his joints was significant. Doctors also found evidence of chronic lung inflammation. Despite these conditions, Michael continued delivering performances that demanded extraordinary stamina and breath control. The findings served as another reminder that behind the effortless moves and dazzling stage presence was a man pushing his body to its limits in pursuit of perfection. Interview 1647-1651. The discovery offered a rare glimpse into the physical price Michael Jackson paid for his artistry. Years of performing beneath scorching lights, breathing in smoke effects, and pushing his body through increasingly ambitious stage productions had left their mark. The very environments that dazzled millions may also have exposed him to risks few fans ever considered. Behind the spectacle and applause was an artist constantly absorbing the hidden costs of perfection. Pre-show terror. In his autobiography Moonwalk, Michael Jackson revealed a vulnerability that shocked many people. Before almost every concert, the anxiety became so intense that he would physically become sick backstage. This wasn't ordinary stage fright. It was a crushing wave of pressure created by his own impossible standards and an overwhelming fear of disappointing the audience that adored him. Crew members reportedly became accustomed to keeping a bucket nearby before performances. Yet what happened next felt almost unbelievable. Once the nausea faded, Jackson would quietly wipe his face, whisper a prayer, and walk onto the stage as if nothing had happened. Moments later, the same man who had been trembling backstage transformed into an unstoppable force of energy and confidence, commanding stadiums with a presence so powerful that no one watching could ever guess the battle he had just fought in private. Interview 1741-1746. The vomiting wasn't weakness. It was the physical cost of chasing perfection. Michael Jackson demanded so much from himself that his body sometimes rebelled before the show even began. Yet every single time, he conquered the fear. Minutes after being sick backstage, he would step into the spotlight and deliver the explosive performances that fans remember decades later. The audience saw confidence. Very few realized the battle he had already won before the first note even played. Bubbles the chimp. If there was one companion who understood Michael Jackson's strange and isolated world, it was Bubbles. Adopted from a Texas research facility in the 1980s, the chimpanzee quickly became more than a pet. He became family. Bubbles wore custom-made clothes, slept in a crib near Jackson's bedroom, accompanied him to recording studios, and even traveled with him on the Bad World Tour. He sat beside Jackson during business meetings and occasionally appeared in interviews, astonishing journalists who couldn't believe what they were seeing. Fans even spotted him in the Leave Me Alone music video. Critics dismissed the friendship as another example of Jackson's eccentricity, but Michael insisted it was genuine. To him, Bubbles offered loyalty and companionship in a life constantly surrounded by cameras, rumors, and isolation. As the chimp grew older and stronger, Jackson made the difficult decision to move him to a sanctuary where he could live safely under expert care. Even today, their unusual friendship remains one of the most iconic and misunderstood chapters of Jackson's life. The 2026 biopic Michael recreates Bubbles using advanced CGI technology, introducing their bond to a whole new generation. And then there was Neverland. In 1988, Michael Jackson purchased a vast ranch in Santa Barbara County and transformed it into something that looked less like a home and more like a dream. He named it Neverland Valley Ranch, inspired by Peter Pan's magical world, a place where children never grow up. But this wasn't just a mansion with a few attractions. It was a fully functioning amusement park hidden behind private gates. There was a Ferris wheel towering above the trees, a roller coaster twisting across the landscape, bumper cars, a carousel, and even a steam train that carried passengers throughout the property. To visitors, Neverland felt like stepping into another reality. To Michael Jackson, it was something much more personal, an attempt to create the childhood he believed had been stolen from him. Interview 1925-1929. But Neverland was more than rides and fantasy. Hidden across its sprawling grounds was a private zoo filled with elephants, giraffes, tigers, llamas, and dozens of other exotic animals, all cared for by professional handlers. To outsiders, the estate seemed unbelievable, almost surreal. To Michael Jackson, it was something deeply personal. He built Neverland as a refuge, a place where the childhood he felt he had lost could finally exist. More importantly, he wanted others to experience that magic too. Thousands of children, including many facing serious illnesses, were invited to the ranch through charity events. For a single day, they could forget hospitals, treatments, and hardships. The immaculate rides, the animals, the music drifting through the air, every detail reflected Jackson's belief that joy wasn't a luxury. It was something worth creating and sharing. And perhaps nothing symbolized that imagination more than a single glove. The single white glove became one of the most recognizable objects in entertainment history. Michael Jackson first wore the sparkling accessory during his legendary 1983 Motown 25 performance. The same night, he introduced the moonwalk to the world. Originally, the glove had a practical purpose. It drew attention to his hand movements and created a dramatic contrast against his dark stage outfits. But over time, it evolved into something much bigger. Covered in rhinestones, crystals, sequins, and shimmering metallic finishes, the glove became a symbol of mystery. Jackson once explained that he liked how it felt magical, almost otherworldly. Some fans believed it was used to hide early signs of vitiligo on his hand, though Jackson never confirmed this theory, insisting it was an artistic choice. Decades later, the glove would earn a place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, cementing its status as one of pop culture's most iconic artifacts. Yet behind the legendary costumes and global fame, there was another side of Michael Jackson few people ever saw. During the 1990s, visitors to Neverland quickly learned to stay alert. At any moment, Jackson might launch a surprise attack. Water balloon battles. He kept giant barrels filled with hundreds of pre-made water balloons hidden around the estate. Friends, employees, family members, and even celebrities became targets without warning. But these weren't random games. Jackson treated them like military operations. He divided people into teams, established rules, kept score, and spent hours planning ambushes. The battles could last an entire afternoon. And through it all, the King of Pop transformed into something completely different, a mischievous kid sprinting across the grass, laughing uncontrollably as balloons exploded around him. Those closest to him often said these moments revealed the real Michael Jackson. No cameras, no pressure, no expectations, just pure joy. In a life filled with scrutiny and isolation, these ridiculous water fights were among the few places where he seemed truly free. Interview 2146, 2152. And maybe that's what Michael Jackson was searching for all along. Not perfection, not applause, but moments of genuine happiness. He believed laughter was one of the purest expressions of being human, a brief escape from pain, pressure, and expectation. From sleepless nights spent battling anxiety to the scars etched across his body, Michael Jackson's physical and emotional journey was far more complicated than the headlines ever admitted. Behind the dazzling performances stood a man fighting private battles while carrying the impossible weight of global fame. The world saw the legend. Very few saw the cost. Our goal in this video wasn't to fuel rumors or chase sensational stories. We focused on the documented medical facts and the realities that shaped his life, allowing the evidence to speak for itself. Because stripped of speculation, Michael Jackson's story becomes something even more powerful, a reminder that extraordinary talent does not protect anyone from suffering, and that sometimes the people who shine the brightest are carrying burdens no one else can see. If this video changed the way you see Michael Jackson, let us know by hitting the like button and subscribing for more deep dives into music's most fascinating and misunderstood figures. Until next time, thank you for watching.